Welcome. In this video, I will be discussing about the concept called Pushkaramsha. Pushkaramsha is a very rare topic. There has not been much literature about Pushkaramsha in various texts, old texts. So I have taken this topic. We will discuss about the Pushkaramsha, Pushkaranavamsha, and how the fixing of Muhurta in Pushkaramsha is beneficial. So let's start with the definition. Pushkaramsha is a combination of two words, Pushkar plus Amsha. Pushkar plus Amsha becomes Pushkaramsha. Pushkara is lotus, blue lotus, war, heaven, water, pond, lake, sky, sun, and nourishment. Amsha means part and portion. Pushkara is a very auspicious word in Sanskrit literature. It has been used in various places. Pushkara means it is a lake where Lord Brahma has taken penance, and it is a place near Ajmer. And Pushkara is also in Telugu literature is considered as the time where a river get in South India the rivers get Pushkaram, and the become bathing in the river becomes auspicious, and it is also considered as benefit to the native to take bath in the Pushkara Kala. And Pushkara is also a place where the drum gets its beating. It is also uh, it has various meanings in literature, and Pushkara is very. It means that it is very auspicious. It is nourishment. It is increasing. It is benefit. So these concepts are applied in astrology as well. And before that, moving into what is Pushkaramsha, I want to give a small story here, which is believed from Ramayana. Ramayana, when Rama was in war with Ravana, he wanted to take the blessings of Durga Devi. So he has collected blue lotuses from various places. These blue lotuses are in the current scenario are available in Nepal, Himalayas, Kashmir, and Afghanistan areas. So he has collected 107 lotuses like that. Some say 100 or 99 lotuses like that, and he did not have one more lotus to offer it to Durga Devi. So he has taken out his eye and offered it as to Durga Devi for seeking her blessings. But Durga Devi got pleased with that, and she has blessed Rama with victory, and she has taken the avatar to kill Chenda and Munda. And by taking that avatar, she gave the boon to Rama that she will be killing the Chenda and Munda. And the Murta fixed was of the Sandhi Kal of Ashtami and Navami, because this Chenda and Munda cannot be killed in the morning time or in the evening night time. So this Sandhi Kal of Ashtami and Navami was taken, and subsequently Rama could kill Ravana, and Ravana was killed on the Dashami. So this Pushkara concept of Pushkara and Pushkara beneficence comes from Ramayana as well. Also, one of the names of uh, Bhagwan Krishna's son is Pushkara, and Bhagwan Krishna is also named Pushkara in places. So Pushkaramsha is a certain degree in astrology. It is a certain degree in Pushkara Navamsha, which is considered as the most auspicious part of the horoscope, and it is also called as Pushkara Bhaga. What is the difference between Pushkaramsha and Pushkara Navamsha? Pushkara Amsha is a part of a Pushkara Navamsha. Pushkara Navamsha is a span of 3 degrees 20 minutes. Like every sign is divided into 9 nakshatra padas. So this Pushkara Navamsha is one such pada. So Pushkara Amsha is a point, that is, it is at a particular degree that in a Rashi chart that it is very auspicious. So if a planet is in these degrees, then it is considered as very auspicious. If a planet is in Pushkara Navamsha, or it is auspicious, and if it is in Pushkara Amsha, it is even more auspicious. I have taken the screenshot from Navamsha in Astrology by C.S. Patel sir. Um, he quotes the stanza from Muhurta Darpana, which says the degrees 21, 14, 24, 7, 21, 14, 24, 7, 21, 14, 24, 7 from Aries to Pisces are called as Pushkara Amshas. That is nothing but, if we move to the next slide, we will see in Aries at 21 degrees, Bharani, third pada is there. This is Pushkara Amsha. In Taurus at 14 degrees, Rohini 2 is there. This is Pushkara Amsha for Taurus. For Gemini, 24 degrees at Punarvasu 2, that is Punarvasu second pada. It is auspicious. At Cancer, 7 degrees, Pushami 2 is Pushkara Amsha. At Leo, 21 degrees, Purva Falguni 3 is Pushkara Amsha. Virgo 14 degrees, that is Hasta 2. Libra 24 degrees, that is Vishaka Pada 2. At Anuradha 2 in Scorpio 7 degrees. And Sagittarius 21 degrees, Purvashada 3. Capricorn 14 degrees, Ravana 2. Aquarius 24 degrees, Purva Bhadrapada 2. Pisces 7 degrees, Uttara Bhadrapada 2. These are the Pushkaramsha degrees in a natal horoscope. So when a planet or ascendant falls into these degrees, then it is considered as very auspicious. So we can see that in the table here, Pushkaramshas are the degrees that I am showing here in the leftmost column. Pushkaramshas are the degrees in a horoscope where they are considered as auspicious, and these are the nakshatras or the points or the padas, or particular padas where this Pushkaramsha falls, and this Pushkaramsha position in Navamsha falls in these signs. If you observe this, all Pushkaramshas follow a pattern. They are all in the sign Nakshatra Pada ruler of Venus and Mercury, and they are in the Navamsha position of Libra, Taurus and Virgo, and all the fiery signs fall in the airy signs of the Navamsha, all the fiery signs in the Rashi chart. If a planet is there in a fiery sign in the Rashi chart, then it falls in the airy sign in the Navamsha chart. And all the other signs like earthy, airy and watery fall in the earthy signs in the Navamsha. So these are all, the Pushkaramshas are all following a pattern. Moving on. So we see that these are the points in the Pushkara in the Rashi chart. So you can consider this as a Pushkaramsha chart. You can take a screenshot and you can save it. This is again a screenshot I have taken from C.S. Patel sir book. He has taken the reference from Vidyam Avidyam part 1. It says, for the signs Mesha, Simha and Dhanus, 7th Navamsha and the 9th Navamsha are Pushkaramshas. For Vishabha, Kanya and Makara, 3rd Navamsha and 5th Navamsha are Pushkara Navamshas. And for Mithuna, Tula and Kumbha, it is 6th Navamsha and 8th Navamsha. Karkataka, Vrishika and Meena, it is 1st Navamsha and 3rd Navamsha. What is this 1st Navamsha, 3rd Navamsha, 6th Navamsha is? If we take the Rashi chart like this, each sign, this first sign is Aries. This Aries is divided into 9 parts, that is Ashwini 1, 2, 3, 4, Bharani 1, 2, 3, 4 and Kritika 1. So all the blue lines are Pushkara Navamshas, are nothing but these are the span of the Navamsha degrees. These are the span of the Rashi chart degrees, where if a planet falls in these degrees, then it is considered as very auspicious. That is, let's say an example, if a planet is there in Rohini 2, that is between 13 degrees and 16 degrees, then it is considered as auspicious. And in particular, if according to this table, in particular, if a planet falls in the Taurus 14 degrees, that is called as Pushkara Amsha. Now, if a planet is in 13 degrees 20 degrees whole span, then it is called as Pushkara Navamsha. Pushkara Amsha is a degree, Pushkara Navamsha is a point in it. Okay, and this is the Pushkara Navamsha nakshatras in a Rashi chart. Bharani 3, Kritika 1 in Aries, Kritika 4, Rohini 2 in Taurus, Arudra 4, Punarvasu 2 in Gemini, Punarvasu 4 and Pushami 2 in Cancer, Pura Falguni 3, Uttara Falguni 1 in Leo, Uttara Falguni 4, Hasta 2 in Virgo, Swati 4, Vishaka 2 in Libra, Vishaka 4, Anuradha 2 in Scorpio, Purvashada 3, Uttarashada 1 in Sagittarius, Shravana 2, Uttarashada 4 in Capricorn, Purvabhadrapada 2 and Shatabisha 4 in Aquarius, Uttarabhadrapada 2 and Purvabhadrapada 4 in Pisces. So if any planets or if your ascendant falls in these nakshatra padas in this then corresponding to the Navamsha also, then this position is called as Pushkara Navamsha. Each sign has two Pushkara Navamshas and one Pushkara Amsha. So this is what is explained in this detailed chart as well. So this is also a screenshot I have taken from C.S. Patel sir. It says out of the 24 Pushkara Navamshas, 3 are Vargottama. The Vargottama points are the fifth part of Vrishabha Navamsha, Vrishabha sign. In the Karkataka it is the first part, and in the Dhanus it is the 9th part. This means that if any planet falls in these parts, that is Rohini 2, Punarvasu 4 or Uttarashada 1, then they are Vargottama and they are auspicious. As we know, Vargottama is the strongest position a planet can get. That is, it occupies the same sign in Rashi chart and in the Navamsha chart. So when a planet is in Pushkara Amsha, it is considered as Pushkara Navamsha. When a planet is in Pushkara Navamsha, it is considered as auspicious. When a planet is in Pushkara Navamsha, it is considered Pushkara Amsha. Sorry, I will repeat again. If a planet is in Pushkara Navamsha, it is considered auspicious. If a planet is in Pushkara Amsha, then it is considered even more auspicious. It gives very benefic results to the native. So that point is explained here in this. All the 7 planets in Pushkara Amsha. If all 7 planets beginning with Sun to Saturn are positioned in Pushkara Navamsha, then the native born earns much wealth, enjoys all comforts of life, is very rich and famous and happy. So if we consider this point, if a planet is in Pushkara Navamsha, then it is in a very auspicious position. And if we consider Pushkara Amsha, then it is even the smaller part of the Pushkara Navamsha, then the planet gives very auspicious results. So while fixing the Muhurta, we have to consider the ascendant to be in the Pushkara Amsha, such that the benefic results of the marriage or the Muhurta that we keep gives good results, and the degrees, if the degrees of the ascendant falls in this point, that is at this Pushkara Amsha, then it is very auspicious. The whole chart becomes very auspicious for that native. And if it happens that if a planet also occupies any Pushkara Amsha or Pushkara Navamsha, then the Muhurta becomes even more strong, and the activity taken up to do this Muhurta also becomes very strong and gives benefic results. This also can be considered if a native born in any of the Pushkara Navamshas, if any of the planets in the Pushkara Navamsha positions, then he overcomes the challenges very easily and becomes successful in life. Similarly, if a planet occupies Pushkara Amsha, then it also becomes very auspicious. What we mean by auspicious is the person will overcome many obstacles and become successful in his life. Here I have taken an example. For the best result, we have fixed the ascendant in Bharani 3 because that is the first point that we have learned in this concept. So that first point is Pushkara Amsha. So in the Bharani 3, that is at Aries 21 degrees, we have fixed the Muhurta, and and it happened by that Jupiter also transits Punarvasu, and it transits the Cancer sign. So we have taken the Muhurta to fix that, as we have taken the time to fix, so that Jupiter is in Punarvasu, and Punarvasu fourth pada, and Sun in Purva Falguni third pada. So I have taken Sun in Purva Falguni 3 here to say that uh, here the Purva Falguni 3, according to our table here, Pushkaramsha chart, Purva Falguni 3 is a Pushkaramsha point. So if a planet falls in the Pushkaramsha chart, in a Pushkaramsha point, then even though if it is debilitated in the Navamsha, it gives auspicious results. So while fixing the Muhurta, now we can say that the ascendant has fallen in the Libra Navamsha, and Sun also has fallen in the Libra Navamsha. Though Sun is in Mula Trikona in its Muhurta Rashi chart, but in the Navamsha it is in debilitated position. But still, for this Muhurta, the Sun gives auspicious results. And Jupiter, as we said, Jupiter being in Pushkara Amsha point, Pushkaranavamsha point in the Punarvasu 4 is Vargottama. So Jupiter here is Vargottama and is in Pushkaranavamsha. So it is a double benefit, and it gives double results, double benefit results. So what here Jupiter signifies, if it is a natal horoscope, here Jupiter is occupying the 4th house, and it is a Karaka for the 5th house. It is it owns the 10th house and the 12th house. So corresponding to all these aspects, it gives benefit results. So that is how we consider Pushkaramsha, Pushkaranavamsha while fixing a Muhurta, and while fixing a while reading a horoscope, we can consider this for our predictions. Some points here I want to explain. Let's say if Sun is in Aries in Bharani 3, then it is considered exalted, but in Navamsha it is in Libra. Here there is an exception, that planet in Pushkaramsha is bound to give good results. All the Pushkaramsha nakshatras follow a pattern, that is, all the planets in fiery signs are in Aries signs, and all the others positions, that is in earthy, airy or watery, falls in earthy signs. This means that earthy sign is considered as a sign of balance, and it is it means that if a planet is in earthy sign, it is in a balanced state. So the planet gives better results when it falls in Pushkara Navamshas and Pushkaramshas. There are no nakshatras related to Rahu, Ketu, Mars or Mercury in Pushkaramsha. Also Sun. And here I have taken these examples from C.S. Patel sir book. He cites the example of N.T. Ramarao and Amitabh Bachchan as planets in Pushkaramshas and Pushkaranavamshas. So these planets have given them benefic results in their life. They were successful. N.T. Ramarao was a successful chief minister of Andhra Pradesh. He constituted the party, and within few months he has attained the power, and he is considered as one of the best chief ministers during his time. And Amitabh Bachchan is a legend in the Bollywood cinema. He is successful in his life from very young age, even till the old age. Even today he is successful. This is because there are planets in Pushkaramsha, and Jupiter is Vargottama. Also, some authors say that planets considered in Pushkaranavamshas and Pushkaramshas acts as Vargottama. To make this video, I have taken the references from Muhurta Sindhu by Iraganti Rangacharya, and Navamsha by Dr. T.S. Vasan, and Navamsha in Astrology by C.S. Patel sir. Thank you for watching this video, and for more information follow the link. bit.ly/Vedic Astrology 108. It is given in the description. In the link and the notes section in the nakshatras, I have given more detail about nakshatras, and in insights I have discussed about this concept of Pushkaramsha in detail. Thank you.